Stribling News, 2nd December 1937. Miss Virginia Ure entertained the young people Thursday night with a party. Those who attended were Aline West, Wilson Dortch, Scott Hart, Robert Stanley, Virginia and Mike Watkins, Flossie Shaver, Violet Gray, Betty Jo Henson, Ruby Lee Triplett, Grace Kimbrough, George Satterwhite, Wilson Dortch, Raymond Gray, and Billy Askew. Games and contests were enjoyed by everyone. I'm going to tell you a little of what I know about the people that attended this party. Aline West was born 27 March 1918 in Mobley, Tennessee. She died 13 May 2012 in Nashville. Her father was Charles Claiborne West, born 1881, passed away 1970. Her mother was Stella Ray Sykes, born 1889, passed away 1985. Her first husband was Richard Kelly Parton, born 1915, passed away 1916. Second husband was Tommy Roy William Tomlinson, born 1915, passed away 1973. Wilson Kennedy Dortch, born 30 June 1916 in Stribling, passed away 15 October 1990 in Dover. His father was John Logan Dortch, born 1863, passed away 1933. His mother was Montana Kennedy, born 1873, passed away 1964. He married Norma Jean Urton on 27 September 1952 in Piggott, Clay County, Arkansas. Scott Hart, born 1911 and passed away 1977. His dad's name was John Daniel Hart, 1881, 1956. His mother was Nina Rutland, born 1887, passed away 1926. He married Mabel Gardner, born 1922, passed away 2009. Sorry I don't have any information on Robert Stanley, and Virginia Watkins is in this photo. Now, I can't tell you which one she is. It's just the Watkins family, so maybe some of you can pick it out and pick her out and let us know which one it is. Virginia Watkins was born 2 June 1922 in the East Fork of Leatherwood Creek. She passed away 5 May 2005 in Clarksville, Tennessee. Her father was Frank Watkins, born 1890, passed away 1955, and her mother was Lena Carr Ella Cathy, born 1897, passed away 1955. This photo is Otis Carl Mack Watkins and my first cousin, Henrietta West Hosford Watkins. Otis Mack was born 24 January 1980, East Fork, Leatherwood Creek, passed away 27 November 1999 in Puryear, Henry County, Tennessee. His father was Frank Watkins, born 1890, passed away 1955, and Lena Carr Ella Cathy was his mother, 1897 to 1955. His first wife was Mary Nell Coleman, born 1927, passed away 1998. Sorry I don't have anything on Flossie Shaver. This is a photo of Violet Gray, born 25 September 1923 in Stribling, passed away July the 1st, 2010. Her father was Thornton Gray, born 1894, passed away 1980, and her mother was Annie Hilmus, born 1898, passed away 1980, and she married Walter Crow. Betty Jo Henson, born 11 January 1922 in Erin, Houston County, Tennessee, passed away 14 July 2010 in Hamilton, Montana. Her father was John Stuart Henson, born 1880, passed away 1963. Her mother was Ollie Richardson, born 1893, passed away 1989. She married Lee Batson Dortch. He was born 1907, passed away 1993. Ruby Lee Triplett, born 8 December 1922 in Danville, Houston County, Tennessee, passed away 17 January 2011 in Rockland, California. Her father was Martin Houston Triplett, born 1892, passed away 1975. Her mother was Carrie Elizabeth Weeks, born 1899, passed away 1969. She married Delton Rufus Burleson, born 1920, passed away 2003. Sorry, I have nothing on Gracie Kimbrough. This is a photo of George Satterwhite, born 30 July 1916, Paris, Henry County, Tennessee. Passed away 25 February 1992, Callaway County, Kentucky. His father was Charles Louis Satterwhite, born 1873, passed away 1952. His mother was May Moore, born 1883, passed away 1927. He married Vida Busey, they called her Spooper, born 1922, passed away in 2020. Raymond Gray, born 16 October 1920 in Sturt County, Tennessee, passed away 28 December 1973 in Russellville, Kentucky. His father's name was Greg Gray, born 1888, passed away 1925. His mother was Lena Fowler, born 1885, passed away 1925. He married Thenie Rose, born 1930. He passed away in 1999. And I had nothing on Billy Askew. This completes all of them. It was at the party. When I read this, it made me think of my own childhood or late childhood. Virginia Ure was Mr. Frank Ure's and Ada Susan Hoppus Hopkins Ure's daughter. And Virginia, if you noticed, I've just about every one of these articles has mentioned Virginia, so she seemed to be a spark plug for the community, especially for the younger people. And she was always, from what I can find out, she was always having parties and going places, and made me think of her nieces, Elna Hopkins, Susan Hopkins, and Lois Hopkins, and also Pauline with her mother. Most of the kids and the teenagers, especially younger than that, some, but we would all hang out at Pauline's, and the girls was always having some kind of party, and it's just a place to hang out, which is really good to be able to be around people your own age. And there would be a big group of kids there, a lot on every weekend. And this is a photo of an old A model that the girls had, and actually belonged to Frank, their brother, but he had moved away. And every spring they would get together, and we'd all get together, and then they'd call on Joe Spurgeon. Joe was a good mechanic, and he would come down with his baling wire and wire pliers and get the old A model to going for us. Somebody had to, at this time it wasn't running because we were having to push it, but when it was running, we would have someone to sit on the front bumper, and pour the water into the radiator to keep it from getting too hot. But it was just some of the fun that we had. I know we would, back in the early 50s, mid 50s, 53, 54. I'd go down and listen to the radio they had, and we'd listen to WLAC radio. And at that time, later on at night, they had Hoss Allen and two or three more DJs on there that played soul music. And for years, until I was grown, I thought they were African American DJs, but turned out they were white. But they played the African American music, which was rock and roll before Elvis. And I really enjoyed the music, and I really enjoyed the DJs with a lot of the things they would say. But this just a little reminiscent I thought you might be interested in. Or introduce you to the people here and try to get them in order. It's Tommy Melton, Pauline Hopkins, Lois Hopkins, Wilma Lynn, just barely see her behind Lois's arm there, Etta Lane, Larry Stavely, Dennis Stavely, and Billy Melton. And you don't see me because I'm the cameraman on this. Continue reading from the Stribling News, 2 December 1937. Bernice Gray spent last weekend with relatives at Stewart. Mr. and Mrs. Charles Hilmas of Indian Mound spent Thanksgiving with his parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Hilmas. Mrs. Virginia Ewer, Mavis Hilmas, and Bernice Gray left Sunday for Paducah, Kentucky, where they will continue their schoolwork at Drones Business College. Miss Opal Largent is visiting relatives in East St. Louis, Illinois. Mrs. Hilton Dillon and children of Standing Rock is visiting her parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Hilmas. Miss Mabel Hilliard spent last weekend with her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Al Hilliard of Lick Creek. Raymond Ganster, who is attending Toller's Business College at Paris, is visiting his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lou Ganster. Mr. and Mrs. Gary Hogan of Nashville spent this weekend with Mrs. Hogan's parents, Mr. and Mrs. W.D. Sykes. Mr. and Mrs. Irvin Hopkins and children, Victor Irvin, Frank, and Yvonne, visited relatives in Nashville Saturday. This completes the reading of the Stribling News from 2 December 1937.